Hi all you beautiful friends and family. Welcome to our Sunday Shining for this week. And I want to say welcome to you who are new to this channel, Shining Our Bright Light. This is, I'll just do a little presentation. My name is Katrine, and I've been sharing my story for the last 6 years or so. Started with the other channel, Katrine R, where the very first video I made was where I milked the cow I had then, and that is still the most popular video. It's just really incredible. But that really started this journey for me of sharing my life and sharing what I love, and also sharing what I think is really, really difficult. And so I'm very transparent, really. And I feel very grateful. I also think it's really exciting because you just don't know where you're going, really, what's going to happen. But I feel it's a great gift to be able to do this. And one of the things I've thought about, once in a while it pops up in my mind, we humans can be, that's just something I feel personally, it can often be very hard to really reach another person, to connect with another person, and to really hear how they feel. And so often between humans there's so many layers, and so that's one of the things I want to do with this channel, is to really remove the layers as much as I can, so that you really feel that you're meeting another human being who has feelings and challenges and does not know the answers to everything. And so that's what I feel is one of the things I can share, and it might not be what you all feel, but that's one of the things. And so I also do private sessions where I do healing sessions where I work with the emotion code, also with physical healings. So you're very welcome to go to my website that is up on the left side of this. I can also put a link under this video. And I also have a Patreon page where you can support me if you wish on a monthly basis, and it goes down to $1 a month. That's really what I'm doing on this this journey that I'm showing here with you. And these Sunday Shinings are really sort of going a little deeper, and where I share what I feel is going on in my own life, and what I just feel guided to share with you, hoping and wishing that whatever I'm learning as I go, you might be able to use. And as I've said so often in my videos, I really believe that we're all unique, and we're all spirit in human form. We've all come here to be part of this process of awakening, and we all really are divine in our essence. We are these sacred beings. We are really God in human form, and all the answers that we will ever seek are always inside us. And I was just listening to something a minute ago, and they kept repeating, "Oh, this is the most amazing person. He's such an amazing person." And it's sort of it's sort of a bit like sand in my ears, because there's no such thing. I mean, that is, I just feel it's really, really good to move past that, because each and every person on this planet is amazing. And even every little flower, that little candle, everything, the air I'm breathing, the chair you're sitting on, wherever you are, everything is amazing. So that's also what I want to share, to get away from this. It's really dividing the earth, dividing, it's all this division, duality. The amazing people and the not so amazing people. There's no such thing. That is a part of the illusion we've been living in. There's no such thing as a person who's more amazing than anyone else. They might be interesting, but and might have done many things that many people think are interesting, but their value will never be more than somebody who's sitting on a bench, who's been drinking the last 25 years. And I feel very much what has helped me is my faith and following Christ, which I feel it's not about being Christian, and I feel the message of Christ is really deep within all religious traditions. To see, that's really what Christ was all about, see every single being. He talks so very much about humans, but really I think he meant all of life. It's all sacred. It's all special. So just moving beyond. It's such a I'm just getting this right now, that to see ourselves as we are walking, we're walking through life, and to just see that the way that I see this right now, I can just step past that. So it's like these ideas or these ways of being, these ways of thinking, which are some of them we just have to step past them, because most of it we really have to step away from it, because we can see there's something even more refined, even more pure, even more beautiful than the way I was thinking yesterday, or the way I've been thinking the last 20 years. There's another way I can approach this, and so just to feel how we're moving, and as we move we change. Let's get into this, and really I have not got it all planned. I don't know if this is going to be a Sunday shining, because I really felt during this week I was really thinking many times, what will I share? And what I just feel guided to do is just make a film, see if it's something I want to share, and then you can use it. And if nothing turns up, I'm just being told, well, just don't do anything, and just say that there won't be any Sunday shining this week. So my love goes out to you in wherever you are in your life, and whatever your situation is right now. And some people are feeling that coronavirus is a very big part of their life right now. It might be because somebody's sick near them, or they're sick themselves, or their life had to change a real lot, and it's very, very difficult. And for some people the coronavirus is not so important, and I'm one of them. My life has not really changed at all, really. I don't feel anything's changed, really. But I know that the world out there, there's many people who are in a lot of fear, and they don't see their family because they're afraid to hug their grandchildren or be with their family, so they're just completely isolated. And the rules in our country are not that you should not see your family. We're just not allowed to be out on the streets and do lots of things, or really being together a lot of people, because you can go to the shops and you can go for walks, and I think everything is more difficult where people are very close. In the cities, in the country, everything just seems normal, I think. So, and what it looks like in our country is that slowly things are opening up. The schools have opened up for the younger children, and I think soon they will open up for the older children. So, yeah, it's good that we have the internet. It's good that we can do this. It's good that we can meet each other on Zoom or whatever system you're using. And we have our telephones, and what I think is for the ones you haven't told that you love them, now is the time to do it. And for people who feel it's uncomfortable to say, I mean, it's always been comfortable for me to say to people I love them. I don't know, it's just the way I am, but it's a good feeling to just say to people I love you. Could even be your neighbour. But one of the videos, the last ones I made, I think 2 times ago, what's the most important thing is you. What is the most important thing? It's love, which is us, which is the essence of all of life. That's really all there is. There is only love, and that's who we are. And that's why we're here. We're here to love. And the tricky thing, which I've shared many times, is that sharing love for most of us is really to share the love with yourself first, because we've been so damaged that we really didn't know how to love, because we weren't taught how to love. And really true love, to really love from the depth of your heart, is natural. That's what children do. It just comes naturally. So it's not really something you have to learn. But for many of us, it was a very, it wasn't love that we were shown. It was a lot of tension and disturbance. And for many of us, our parents did not love themselves and had a very hard time. And so our relationship to love is very distorted and very strange, really, for many of us. Yeah, but just to say, I just want to say I love you. And if people find it very uncomfortable, I think when I do it, people yeah, usually they like it. So, but yeah, it's we can just touch on the coronavirus again, because there's a couple of things that have come to me, and yeah, what was I going to say? Just lost it. Yeah, it's this period in our lives where this is happening, as I've said before, is inviting us, is giving us the chance to go to really meet ourselves. And it's as I see it, a huge cleansing process that is happening on the earth. The earth is being cleansed physically by what's happening biologically, because we are not so busy. We are not doing all these outer things that stress the earth, because we can't do them. And that is giving the earth a beautiful chance to rebuild herself and cleanse herself, because we humans are so destructive, and when we are busy, we destroy a lot, because it's just a very aggressive way we've learned to live. But the fact that we can't do this as it is inviting us into this quiet place where we get to meet ourselves, and this can be very difficult because for many people they've been running away from themselves, so it can be very uncomfortable to get near yourself. And really the whole way that we've been living the last many years, we human beings, it has been just one big running away from ourselves, and we've structured life that way so that we were busy, because actually being alone with ourselves or just having a quiet time was very uncomfortable, because as soon as your life becomes quiet and everything quietens down, you get to feel yourself more. And I just want to invite you, if you feel it's difficult to be with yourself, know that you are this shining star, you are this beautiful being, and whatever is feeling uncomfortable for you, it can be fear, anger, probably a lot of fear, just very uncomfortable feelings. Know that it's only layers, and under those layers your beautiful shining being is, and you are actually full of well-being, and you are full of well-being just by being you. It's all waiting there. So if you feel this is challenging to be with yourself and you can't enjoy it yet, find any way you can to be with these uncomfortable feelings. Use prayer, use whatever you can use to allow these layers to simply just drop away, and you get to feel your own goodness, because inside, when you go through the layers, it's all good. So, but we have a tendency, because we've been living the way we have, to focus on all the negative, and some of us want to focus on all the bad things going on the earth, and what has been going on, people who've been doing bad things. That's a very huge thing also in the spiritual community, to all this disclosure. They want all this stuff. That's what's happening. All this bad stuff that's been going on in the earth, people who've been doing very bad things, is coming up to the surface to be revealed. And some people are spending enormous amounts of energy on, oh my God, have you heard? Have you heard this about this and this and this? And he did this and this, and she did this and this, and they cheated us all, and they did all these bad things. And what I just want to share with you is just what I feel we're being told is, let it be. Because whatever was, and it was there for a reason, and whoever was evil is really mirroring yourself, because we were all evil. So getting into this feeling of oneness, stopping, it's really the same as the amazing people and the not amazing people. And then you have the bad people, and then all of us good people. And it's one big illusion. And it is really only the ego mind that's interested in figuring out who's the amazing ones, who's the bad ones, what did they do, when did they do it, why did they do it, and how many people were the victims, and all this stuff. It will never be our spirit, because our spirit wants us to move forward and to let it be, to not ignore it. Some things have to be known by man, that this and this happened. But what I want to invite you to, and what I really feel God is inviting us to, is to let it go with love. As Louise Hay used to say, wrap it up in the pink of love and set it free. It was evil. This man, these people, they did this and this and this. It was very bad. It was very evil. How did they do? Why did they? All this. Wrap it up in the pink of love and set it free. Not because it doesn't matter, but because when we do this, we lose track. We leave our path. We leave what happens when we go into this state of being, which is really the ego mind, which is really the war. It's a war that's going on, because we're dissecting people and we're judging people as good and bad and all this. And what happens is, first of all, you go out of the now. You leave the now, the present moment. You leave, and what you do when you leave the now is you leave yourself. Your spirit, your soul, your God self is always now. And it is your shining light. It is your greatness, your glory, and it's always completely alive in every moment. And if you want to engage in something that's happened or something bad, it could also be the coronavirus, somebody did something there and they, oh my God, you can use the mind, but before you switch on the stuff or open the paper or whatever you do, center yourself, feel yourself, feel the love in yourself, feel that you are love and that you are one with all. Go into that presence of who you are that is so sweet, like the little birds singing. It's so sweet, it's completely pure, it's alive, and it is in this moment. And stay anchored there. Have your big, heavy iron anchor there. And then you can open the paper or switch on the news and keep feeling the anchor. Keep feeling your sweetness and your love and your goodness. And your mind, you will not be caught by the ego. You will listen to the information. Oh, okay, this happened, he did this, she did that. Okay, now I'm informed, I'm still present. I haven't lost myself. And I have not judged these people, because I know deep down that all is in divine order right now, and it has always been. And if anything about that information triggers me, it can only be information about myself, about a side of me, an aspect of me that's not healed. Yeah, I'm just getting this, the sequencing, to how you sequence your life. What do you do when you wake up in the morning? What do you do first? What do you do then? What do you do then? And what do you do then? And sometimes if we get the sequencing wrong, all goes wrong, and we're lost. We've lost our path. We've lost the light. We've lost the love. So just this sequence of making sure you are anchored in your own love and your own light and your own goodness, realizing that you are completely one with all, and you have always been. And you are really a light bringer and a love bringer. To anchor into that first, and then go and get your information if you really need it. Because once you're really anchored, you don't need it, because you because you're anchoring into much more important information, which really is, where are we going? What is my next step? What is the next veil I'm moving through? What is the next thing I need to release from myself? That's really where your soul is guiding you. How to move forward on this journey. Feel this, that you're moving in this beautiful, with this beautiful light steps. You're almost tiptoeing or dancing through life. There's a movement. You are the movement. You're not standing still. So when you're really, really deeply connected with your soul, with your spirit, with your God self, you're not so interested in that anymore, because it happened. Okay, it happened, and it's revealed, and yeah, it's not important anymore. So let's just have a little break and listen to the morning. I did a little clip this morning, the bird song, and just have just breathe deeply, close your eyes maybe and just sense this sweetness that the birds are all calling you into your heart, to come into the sweetness of who you are. So let's just have a little listen and a little quiet time. So nature is telling us the truth all the time, that life is so beautiful. Life is right now, right here, and you are one with it, and you are it, you are life, and life is flowing through you, and the more you relax and you allow your true self to be here, the more life will flow through you, and you will shine. Your special light will shine. And so I just got this yesterday, how it's this whole way of seeing life, and just going from where we have been right now into this very deep place within us, and really living from there, to allow ourselves to have an image of where am I going? What does it look like that way? I don't know, because I won't know till I get there. But I imagine, and when you get into this, you allow yourself to really feel how sweet life is right now, right where you are, to allow this sensation to be there, to this realization, or this, it's really a state of being, that you're really feeling this blissful, you're in this blissful state in this moment, and you're aware of it. You can have the sense that life is so sweet now, and I can see in front of me it's going to become sweeter and sweeter, and better, and brighter and brighter. I just know. And when you do that, it will be, because your thoughts are the seeds of the future. And so having this, it could be a little mantra: life is so sweet, and it's becoming sweeter and sweeter every moment. And allowing life to unfold its sweetness for you. So, as I've mentioned before, to really, in a way, sit back, knowing that you're not constructing life. You want this there, and you want this there, and you want this person there, and you want it all structured like this, but you're really just going into this blissful state in the moment, and you know within yourself it's getting better and better, brighter and brighter, and that you allow it to become like that in its own way, and you can wish for things, but when you get into this state, you don't really need to wish for anything particular, because just feeling the sensation of living a sweet life, living a lovely life, a beautiful life that's really, really nourishing and fulfilling in this moment, the feeling is so good that that's really all you need. That's really all you long for or wish for the future. And how it actually manifests is not so important. Whether it's you're going to live with that person or you're going to live in that house, it doesn't really matter, because as long as this sensation just keeps growing, so we become less and less fixated on the outer circumstances. They're not so important, because we have this inner, we have found this, the well, really the well of the good life, and it's so enjoyable. In a way, it pours out into everything around you, so that life becomes sweet, because you have found what makes life sweet. So it's like it's flowing out into life, and so wherever you're going to go, when this keeps flowing out, life will be beautiful when you go, as you go. So that was that little thing. or big thing, our state of being. It's so important. I want to touch on the healing process I'm in. I won't go into depths with it. And I just want to share a bit, and it's very fascinating. I really feel I'm learning so much about the human condition, our physical, it's really our physical state of being and what's happened to our bodies. And as you know, throughout all the years, all these different healing modalities, healing methods, all these different things I've shared with you, a lot about diet, about whole foods, food from the land, and all of this has truth in it, and I feel that I'm sort of going deeper and deeper into the core, and this last thing that's really unfolded in front of me is the whole aspect of metabolic health. And it is very much the world of the ketogenic diet and the low carb diet, which I have talked about before. And it is just utterly fascinating how it turns out that many of us are actually in a metabolic, very bad state. And so it is our metabolism it's really sort of the basic structure of how our cells work, which is out of whack. It's just not working well, and it all has to do with blood sugar and insulin. And you might know lots about this. I'll just share this for those of you who are interested. So really, all the chronic diseases really that we know of, and all the modern diseases which people 200 years ago more or less didn't have, are all connected to this problem that we have, most of us have, which is too much sugar in our system, and that the fact that our body can't handle it anymore. So it's sort of gone into, in a way, it's sort of, it's not working properly because we have fed it too much sugar. And it's really from the old traditional diets, which were high in fat and protein, and when we started growing all this grain, which is really 10,000 years ago, sounds like a very long time, but in human history it's a very short span of time that we've had all these carbohydrates. And so the human body is built to actually be in a ketogenic state, so that we're actually living off fats, and it's natural for us. But over these thousands of years, we have really forced the body to start working on carbohydrates, and it is not natural for the human system to do that. But that's not the only problem, because as we know, there's all these other stresses, and I think in my own situation, but probably many people, it's this low-grade chronic stress which you've grown up with. It's been ever since you were in the womb. You've been in stress, and this stress raises the cortisol levels, and it raises the insulin, and your body becomes full of sugar. And if you on top of that put lots of carbs, which I grew up with, white bread and all this food that we've been fed, most of us, very little original foods, our body is flooded with sugar, and the whole system really starts to shut down, so that the sugar that wants to go into our system and feed our system and give it nutrients, it shuts down, so we become insulin resistant. And so the energy can't come into our body, but we can store fat and toxins and all these things. And so what they know now is that really the main diseases of society today, the diabetes, the heart disease, the cancer, and really most chronic illness, the gut problems, they really all stem from this same problem, that we are insulin resistant. And it's just amazing to see really these, in a way, they're pioneers who are bringing their message out in this most beautiful way to humanity, to show them the way back to the original diet, which can seem strange for many people, but when you do change your diet to fat and protein, mainly fat and protein, your body switches, so it actually starts to heal. It's absolutely fascinating. So the way your cells work is completely shifted to it's a very clean way. It burns energy, and so many chronic illnesses, they just are reversed and people heal, and it's just people lose weight that they haven't been able to for years and years and years, and it's just so fascinating. But to go into this what is called a fat adapted state, where you go from being a sugar burner to be a fat burner, is a process. You don't just do it. So that's what I'm in the middle of, I'm becoming fat adapted, and I can really feel my body changing, and it's not easy. It's definitely not easy, but I'm so glad I'm doing it, because I know that the chronic conditions that have been really sitting there all the time, they have not been able to leave my body as long as I was burning sugar. So although I've been having all these amazing, beautiful, healthy foods and doing all these different things for my body, this core problem was never addressed. So yeah, I'll share more with you as I go. But yeah, I can leave some links with some very, very wonderful doctors and people who speak about this problem, and if you want to look into it, yeah, it's very exciting. So that was that little thing I wanted to share. So I think we'll do a Gabriel message now and see what Gabriel wants to share with us. Let's do that. The apples are blossoming. So beautifully. Okay, this is very appropriate, I think. This is number 43, and it's called Accept What Is and Allow Change to Occur Around You Without Attachment. Dear one, when we suggest for you to accept what is, we mean to be lovingly aware of all situations occurring in and around you, both personally and globally. This means to accept the appearance of what is occurring without judgment. There is a greater truth underlying all things, no matter how it appears. When you accept a situation as it is, it allows you to release any attachment to having it be different. It is this attachment that can cause pain. Just as a child grows and blossoms when in an atmosphere of acceptance and love, so does our world become more expansive and creative when we bring to it this energy of acceptance. When we try to force a child to do what we want, when we have great attachment to his or her behavior conforming to our idea of what is appropriate, the child's energy is restricted. There is freedom to express the expansiveness. There is no freedom to express the expansiveness of individual
creativity. This also happens to an adult. When there is too much judgment about behaviors and actions in the world, there can be no free-flowing expression of the creativity and love inherent within each person. This does not mean to be tolerant of behavior that is destructive. It means to be aware of the way things appear, to remember the greater truth, to ask for qualities we would prefer to have manifest, and then to release our attachment. This allows God and the angels to begin to work in and through all things. When you release a person or a situation to Spirit, you allow them to be in the divine flow, taking them to their highest good. Know that even though you have prayed for the greater good, you do not know precisely what this will look like. This is where faith comes in. No matter how something appears, if you have prayed, the prayer is being answered. It does not assist things for you to be attached to the outcome. Know that infinite intelligence is working, creating change in the direction of balance and harmony. If there is more that you can do, trust that you will be guided to know this through your intuition. Acceptance and allowance are two of the greatest powers available to you. These two energies free you to live in the expansiveness that is your divine birthright. When you have an expanded perspective about life, there is greater freedom to express the dynamic, creative qualities inherent within you. There is greater love for yourselves and for all others. You also will feel connected to your higher self, which brings about great joy. It is as the Master Jesus said, know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Remember your message from the angels today. Accept what is and allow change to occur around you without attachment.
She's done all the washing up, I think. Or something. Efficiency. So isn't it just beautiful how these messages are just so appropriate sometimes? This was exactly what I was talking about. How being in this accepting state, being in this very deep, loving state in every moment, and stepping forward in life, taking this feeling, this state of being with you. So you're not so attached to how life is going to unfold, because you already have really found this sweetness within you, and you know within yourself that it's growing, and you are growing. So yeah, it's just so wonderful. And it's so we got the card efficiency, and you can think, how does that match? Well, that is a very efficient way of being, because you're not wasting all your energy on, oh my God, what if we don't get that house, or oh my God, what if I don't get that job, or what if this happens? So you're not wasting, because you're allowing it, because you are in this very, very, really heightened state of being, where that's what you're spending your energy on. And of course you will be very energized, because you're not wasting energy on what happened then, who did what, and what's going to happen tomorrow, because it doesn't matter anymore. So you are being very efficient, although you feel that you're not really doing anything. So I'll leave you now, and I send you all my love where you are in your life, and I pray for you that you get to feel this, get to release your grip on the things that you know within yourself that you need to just let go of. Wrap them up in the pink of love and set them free, and just sink into this beautiful place within yourself and feel how everything changes. So take care and have a wonderful Sunday, and have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. So see you, my friend, and take care. Bye.